tackle buckets, it is cold.
Hi cuties! I'm back! Today there's no script. I don't really have a topic. I'm just going with it because I need to get back into the flow of the vlogging. First off, I just want to thank you all very much for your support. This has been a really tough time on me, on my parents, on my sisters, just our family in general. But I really want to thank you all for your support, especially because I've been super vague about everything, and I just kind of want to keep that part of my personal life vague. Okay, cool. When I did go home to America, I was there for about a week. It was nice that I could get the time off in the middle of the school semester, which is very difficult. I guess I should talk about that. How does one go home in the middle of the semester? There's a difference between taking Nenkyu, which are your vacation days, and taking special leave, which is what I had to do. Now, when you sign up for the JET program, you have a certain amount of vacation days, which are your Nenkyu, and a certain amount of sick days, which are your Byokyu. And I just found out you have 3 Tokyu special leave days, which are there for cases like this, like funerals and weddings and things like that. And when you travel out of the country, you also get 4 days of travel days. So the first 2 days of your vacation are your travel days, and the last 2 days are also your travel days. And if you have any more days aside from that, those are taken from Nenkyu. When you're going to take this kind of leave, you have to tell your supervisor. They gotta know the details, unfortunately, which was super hard for me. And then you will have a mountain of paperwork to fill out, and then you'll probably have to redo that paperwork because someone is going to make a mistake. And then they make a bunch of phone calls, and you stand there awkwardly in the staff room until they finally let you go home. And then you have to get your plane ticket, and that's a whole nother fiasco. My airline misspelled my name at first. Good job, airline. They almost made me pay a fee for it. Almost. If you are leaving for home due to a funeral, you can get a special price on your ticket known as a bereavement ticket, but I didn't do that because I didn't really know about it until after the fact. I'm not even sure how you actually go about getting one. I just know that you can, so I think you probably call the airline. But I know that they need certain documents, like they need a proof of everything and what funeral home, and it's very invasive and I don't like it. So I went home and my flights were awful. I hate flying. I do not stand up on an airplane, which is nice when I get the window seat so that I don't bother anybody. I just sit there clutching the armrests for dear life and shaking and making the people next to me uncomfortable. I flew Delta, and the nice thing about Delta is when you're on an international flight, they have the TV screens and you can watch movies, so I caught up on all the movies I've been behind on, like Dark Knight. Finally watched The Dark Knight Rises, people! I get the jokes now! But I very rarely sleep on airplanes unless the pressure knocks me out, which has happened once when I was flying from Salt Lake City to Denver. Never again. I will never ever fly into Salt Lake City again. That airline smelled like pee. And by airline I mean airplane. That would be really bad if the entire airline smelled like pee. My bestest friend in the world, Jello, picked me up from the airport. I miss you, Jello. I got to eat Chipotle.
That was very nice to have Chipotle.
I don't know what that voice was. So while I was home, I tried to make a good thing out of a bad thing, and I was trying to see my friends and hanging out with my parents, and we went shopping and out to dinner and stuff like that, and just had, you know, family time. Also, while I was home, my sister and I have this store called Black and Red that we really like going to. It's kind of like a secondhand store. It sells a lot of books, a lot of music, a lot of movies, and a lot of games, both video and tabletop. Speaking of tabletop games, I'd like to take this moment to say, damn you, Will Wheaton! If you don't know who Will Wheaton is, currently you can find Will Wheaton on the YouTube channel Geek and Sundry with Felicia Day, hosting a show called Tabletop, where he plays board games, tabletop games, card games, board games, whatever. He has them. And every single episode makes me want that game. Like Gloom, and Starflux, And I have a bunch more that I'm not going to show you because they're currently being shipped to me because I couldn't fit all of the games in my bag. Wheaton! Will Wheaton has taken my money. Okay, well Wheaton didn't, but he made me spend it. Granted, these are super awesome games, and we had a game night on Friday and it was super awesome fun, and we're gonna have another one as soon as my other games get here. And you should go buy those games too. But that's pretty much what I did in America, and then I flew home and it was awful. Again. Not just because of turbulence this time. This time I was in a middle seat and I had a 5-minute connection. 5-minute connection to get to my international flight. Awesome. But I told the flight attendants and they let me ride in one of those little cars that you see running around the airports. Yeah. Those things do not make any noise. I know this because no one noticed when we were creeping up right behind them and they were just walking in the way, making me late for my flight. You suck. It's okay, I made the flight, obviously. But on the flight, I got to sit next to two gentlemen, one of them who wouldn't shut up on his phone before takeoff and was talking about some kind of, I don't know, football training. And the other guy who was Mr. wouldn't shut up at all to me. He kept talking and talking and telling me how he was going to get super drunk and would probably get up a lot during the flight. Remember a while back when I said I don't stand up on airplanes? This was going to be a problem. I had to stand up on an airplane! Now, it might not have been bad if there wasn't any turbulence, but we had the mother load of turbulence. There was one point in time, I swear, the plane flipped over. I swear it did that. It was not my overactive imagination. Alright, this video is probably a lot of me just rambling on about random things, but I'm back! Yay! I only have 3 more things to tell you. Number 1, it's December, which means it's Project for Awesome month. But I'm going to do a video, and if you want to do a video, which you totally should, or if you're just like, what the heck is Project for Awesome, you can go to the links below that will lead you to the Project for Awesome YouTube page and the actual page. And you can see past Project for Awesome videos and understand what the whole Project for Awesome is, and you should be a part of it. I've already convinced one of my friends to do it. I'm coming for the rest of you. The other 2 announcements are basically, I have some videos that I want to make, but 2 of them require your assistance in the comments and elsewhere if you prefer to talk to me on like Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and View and all those blah 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 blah. You know what I mean. And that is a new Japanese lesson. I want to know what you want to learn in Japanese, if you have a grammar point you're really stuck on and you don't know, or if you just want to learn how to say My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic in Japanese. I will teach you that. So put those requests down below or on the whole spiel that y'all know. And the second one is a new Q-tips video. Q-tip videos are basically, you ask me a question of a problem and I will give you advice on that problem. It can be about anything. It can be about applying for the JET program. It can be about being on the JET program. It can be about what kind of shampoo is good for your hair. I don't guarantee the best answer, but I will sure as heck try. Anything at all. You can ask me and I will give you my best advice without mocking you a whole lot. I'll try. I don't know. Depends on the advice you need. So before I go, last thing, I just want to say thank you all very much again. You guys are super awesome. Thank you for all of the Facebook messages and the private messages and the tweets and stuff. You guys are great and I love you. Mwah! I will see you all on Sunday. Bye. Ticket at a cheaper price. You can get it at a cheaper price. Didn't you know that? I'm sorry, Zoya. It's my new person I apologize to, because Eddie doesn't live there anymore. Currently, Will Wheaston. Words. What are they, right?